welcome back to the Parent Cafe. Welcome to Potty Time,
It's
episode
potty
2.
time.
It's potty time. I'm Allie.
And I'm Sarah.
We're going to talk to you about potty today. Excuse our potty mouths as we move into this topic as
Potty training.
graciously as
Potty.
possible.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one.
We'll go over some stories. We had some good submissions this week, so that's awesome.
And we have some potty trips. Not trips. We can't do trips right now.
We're not taking any trips as a group to the potty.
But potty tips. We will do some potty tips.
Oh, man.
And potty methods.
Yes. So I have a little blurb here. Potty training. It isn't the most fun at times, but it's definitely the most memorable. So what I've been hearing is that few parents potty train their kids without a couple bumps in the road. So we're pretty excited to talk about the OMG, what just happened.
I can relate to that.
So there are some doozies.
Well, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get into it.
You know what? I actually will start off too, because this is going to kind of lead into some other interesting stories that we have.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Actually, you know what? Maybe first I'll mention where you can find us now. We'll kind of do a little preamble. I just wrote that down. Where did I put it?
On a sticky.
It's coming. Oh, there it is.
There's always stickies.
Right in front of my face. So we're on YouTube. That's where you can watch our faces and also listen to us. It's The Parent Cafe on YouTube. Our links are on Facebook and Instagram through Linktree. We're also now on Spotify, Anchor, and Pocket Casts. So I'm sure that list will continue to grow as we continue to post. But, yeah. And if you have anything to share with us, you can text us at 517-7055. You can email us at edsonparentcafe@gmail.com, or you can send us a message either on Instagram at The Parent Cafe or on Facebook, Town of Edson Community Services. You can message there and just say, "Hey, Parent Cafe," and then send us whatever you want.
We will find it wherever you send it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's to us.
Yeah. Don't send it somewhere else.
No.
I don't know how happy someone would be getting your poo story over text, but
I don't know if it's funny. I would like to just get a random story like that from a stranger.
Yeah.
It would probably make my day.
This one time, my kid, blank. Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me. Great. Like, have you ever heard of that phone? What is that, like phone number neighbor? Like, hey, number neighbor, and you just text the person that has like the one digit different
above,
than you.
Above or below you.
Yeah.
Did you ever try it?
No, I've never tried. I'm too scared of like the rejection. Like, I don't
want to feel rejected.
Like I'm afraid of either like getting a text back that's like, you've just texted an automated messaging service for, like
cats, cat videos,
like something random, and it's like, okay, so now I've just texted some company that's going to get my text read out loud on their voicemail, or just getting a text back be like, lose my number. Like, don't ever do that again. It's just like scared of rejection.
What if think of the positivity.
Can't.
I haven't tried it either. Maybe one day.
One day.
All right. Do you got a potty story for us, Allie?
Do I have a potty story? Actually, I do have a comment that we got on Instagram, which is funny. I just want to read it. Not sure. So this was in response to us asking for potty stories.
Not just someone randomly telling us.
Not sure what you mean by fun, because we asked for fun stories. But being peed in the face was a common occurrence. So
they must have had a boy.
And they hashtag potty training a boy. So
no.
Yes.
Called it.
They must have not had one of those little peewee teepee things that you.
Yeah. And I've heard like you just throw a diaper over it. But you know what? You never know.
In the moment too, is that really like feasible? Like that move? Like, oh, I'm gonna quickly cover. Like, how are you even thinking about that?
Especially at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
in the
You're
dark.
you're like doing
No.
acrobatics trying to like change it
Yeah.
in the first place. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
I,
gonna be
I don't have
peeing.
experience with that. I don't think I've been peed on for the diapers that I've changed. Thank God. But I've heard some stories from friends with boys, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's like a common occurrence with boys. It's just natural. They get cold and then that's what comes out.
Yeah, I have heard the same from people with boys, and I've heard about these like TPs and them
Yeah.
saying, like those don't work. Like
They just
they're
shoot them off.
well, the things that they were saying was like, okay, you put that on, but then they're like their arms are flailing, their legs are flailing, like that's not
Yeah.
staying on there. So
No.
yeah.
You do what you got to do in the moment. Receiving blankets,
Mm-hmm.
throw that diaper back over it. I don't
Exactly.
know. Just
Exactly.
take it like a champ.
Uh,
I didn't hear that one yet, so that's a good one.
yeah, that was just a nice
Some of these are surprise stories. We didn't read them or tell each other.
yeah, we're not we
So
don't like ruining
it's
surprises.
no, so it's no. We're in the moment with you all.
We also didn't discuss whether we would share these with each other, so it's just like
Oh
this is
yeah,
what we're
that's
doing.
true. So much planning.
Yeah. Yeah. We wing it.
Yeah.
We're winging
Uh,
it.
yeah. I do have another story here too.
Let's hear it.
This one's about a boy too. Um, I'll
Just
just
the
read it here.
boys getting
The boys,
railroaded today.
sorry boys, we love you.
Boys are just as great.
They are. My son was 2 when we started to potty train. He just wasn't ready. It was, oh no, this isn't the one. Yep, it is. Okay. Definitely a more frustrating experience than with his sister. He was close to 3 by the time he was fully trained. I used the same tactics I had with his older sister, which obviously did not work for him. I will say I did feel like I had failed with him since he was close to his 3rd birthday. I used candies with my boy, and he seemed to catch on to that pretty quick. After I changed my thought process, no 2 kids are the same. Yeah, definitely
So
no
trained
2
him on
kids are the same.
candy.
Candies.
So the rule here is put a thing of candy in the bathroom and boys will learn how to pee
Yeah.
if you give them candy.
It's true though, no 2 kids are the same, and rewards. Rewards work, but there's a time and a place for them, for sure. You got to use them well and strategically, and you got to kind of plan it so you can't just give in to them when oh they peed, you get 3 candies, and then dad goes in, you peed, you get the whole jar.
Yeah,
You gotta
true.
plan that out, be consistent.
Yeah, consistency, because then they'll end up just peeing for one of the parents. Because if I pee for dad, I get a whole jar.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pee for mom. She
Mom,
gypped me and
mom,
gives me 2 candies.
mom's a cheapo.
Mom's pinching pennies. I'm not peeing for mom.
Yeah. I do like she said no 2 kids are the same, because I do find that especially like we said with boys are different than girls, and everyone's different in their own way, and especially with potty training, what works for one kid probably will not work for the next.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
The same's true for adults, I guess.
That's true.
Do we ever change? I don't know.
No.
So
No.
I kind of just because we've been calling the boys out a little bit, I'll go to a story from my childhood.
We'll go to the girl side.
No, it's still a boy.
Oh, still a boy. I thought it was about you.
Not about me. Well, I was there and
Okay.
I was involved, affected. Let's go with that.
Okay.
So the story of, let's call him E, because if he ever listens to this. Oh geez. So I had a friend when I was 5. We went to kindergarten together, and I just remember. So this was my first year in Canada. I was in British Columbia. We were living in Coquitlam, and I went to kindergarten with E, and he was my best friend. We had like the world's biggest language barrier because no one could understand me.
Ellie is from
Um,
Poland.
yeah, I was born in Poland, so
You didn't tell anyone that.
I didn't tell anyone. It's okay.
No.
My next, I mean, I have got it would have come up eventually, but
Okay.
um, this boy E, we were best friends. I'd hang out at his house like basically every single day after school. We would go there until my parents could pick us up. So his mom would like make us snacks, and we would just be like playing in his backyard. He had like pet ducks.
Oh,
And yeah, I have like these pictures of me like carrying ducks and like wrapping them in towels and pretending them that they're
aw.
babies and stuff. So it was kind of
These are
fun.
so cute.
Yeah. And so he had one of those basements where like so everyone's got a different basement. So either you have like an unfinished basement that's just like you're terrified to go down there, or you have a basement that's like finished and it's like a livable basement, or you
Hmm.
have or you don't have a basement at all, or you have a basement that is um like so my parents' basement is like this. It's kind of like everything goes to die there. So it's like just old furniture that no one
Yeah.
looks at anymore, boxes, like
Yeah.
just the things that no one
Hmm.
just you don't want to look at it.
You
You
like
put it in
don't
the
want to
basement.
throw it away, but like
It's yeah,
you
it's either
don't know
there
what to
because
do with
it's
it.
sentimental
Yeah.
or you just don't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
So E's basement was this last like they just put everything in the basement. But we would play down there because there were like paths through the junk, and we would
Okay.
like play hide and seek and like just we be among the stuff. So one day E decided that he needed to go to the bathroom. And we're like 5. So this is like you are fully potty trained, you're going to school, like we're in kindergarten together. Like this was just a moment of, I think, poor judgment on his end. I'm not sure
Okay.
what he was doing, but he's just in front of me. We're playing hide and seek. I'm hiding behind this mattress that's like leaned up against the wall. And I can see him through like the crack of the mattress peeing on another mattress that's like leaned up against the wall. And I'm terrified. I'm just sitting there like, what is happening? Like, and because I don't speak English, I can't say anything because we communicate through like our toys and like what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there like, oh my God,
Did he know you were there?
no, because we were playing hide and
You're
seek. So
and
he
he hadn't
didn't
found
he
you.
didn't know that I was hiding
It's like
there.
I'll just take a break.
So I think he was just like thinking he's going to get away with peeing on this mattress. But instantly, being who I am, I run upstairs, find his mom, and I'm like dragging her downstairs to like show her the pee because God, that's going to reek. And yeah, so I'm not sure if he was marking his territory. I'm not really sure why.
You didn't want to
I
stop to
don't
go to the
know.
bathroom to find
Too
find
interested in the
you.
game.
Yeah.
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 So
He was
that was
busy.
traumatizing, and it's kind of put me in this place where it's like, okay, no matter what age a child is, you can't leave them alone.
Gonna
Pee all
pee.
over the place. Ooh, getting
Uh,
into that one.
my thought went to how many other times had he peed on that mattress,
Well, right, like was that his spot?
right? Like, was
Yeah.
that just his go-to spot and you caught him the one time?
Honestly, I can't remember it like smelling down there or it being like a gross place. So
Like a funky smell to that mattress,
no,
though?
I don't
Okay,
remember.
good. He
Yeah.
just didn't want to leave you hanging down there by yourself.
I think it probably was just like we've got a really good game of hide and seek here. I can't give up, you know.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's a good, it's a good one. I'm
I
so
can't,
picky.
if you're listening out there, called you out.
Whoops.
That's okay.
Friends off. Friends off.
Do you even still talk to this person?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, I was 5. We left BC when I was 8. Um, I don't
Yes.
even remember like the last name. I couldn't even, just the first name sticks out. but it stayed
E
with me forever, that story. So
E and P. Just
lots of
run.
weird, yeah, lots of weird, like I have these like weird flashback memories when it comes to that boy, because
Okay.
like one time we were playing in his front yard and I jumped up and I hit my knee on my chin and then I chipped my tooth and just like
Trauma
bad
train.
juju. Yeah. It's traumatizing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, never be the same.
No, no. Well, I have another one. We got quite a few stories, actually.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. So I'm going to get right into this one. This one's
Okay.
about a husband.
Okay.
I think it's about when he's a kid, but still, I like how it starts.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. My husband was born in June of 1976. He and his mom spent the first 3 months of his life with grandma. Grandma was an expert potty trainer. She had 4 children of her own. When my husband and mother-in-law told me he was potty trained as an infant, I immediately thought, that's crazy. How can an infant become potty trained? Well, as the story goes, he was trained, but so was his mom, because she knew his schedule so intimately and followed all of the signs that grandma had told her about. So you need to remember that in 1976, cloth diapers were a thing, like more so, I guess, than now. And it was because it was a lot of work and money to wash them with the water and detergent and time. So they did what was best for her and my husband. I do know of some parents who are currently using this method. I say, hey, if it works for your child and family, then kudos to you. Have you heard of people doing this method?
No, no, not no.
No. This is actually still, it's like that's a solid method right now that a lot of people still use. It's infant potty training.
Okay, but like infant, like
Like
how?
like 1 month to like 4 months they can start.
No.
Is like their like
So like 1 month, you're just like
the
holding them
that
over the
little
toilet.
wee babe is sitting on the potty. Yeah,
How?
you're just holding them. As long as they have neck support, you can hold them over a potty anytime.
When I see someone like burping a 1 month old, I'm like, let alone
No,
hanging them over a
gentle,
toilet.
gentle. No, it's a method. I'm going to tell you about this method there, Allie.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay, so it's popular in other countries like Africa and like more third world countries because obviously they don't have like disposable diapers and cloth diapers, water costs a lot, soap costs a lot. So the faster that they're potty trained, the better. It's completed typically by the time the child has started to walk. And then, like I said, 1 to 4 months is when people start.
Okay.
So parents, they have to be really focused on the child though. So like very attentive to their cues. So they have to
Mhm.
know um, like their patterns, their timing. They use vocalizations, just parent intuition of
Mhm.
knowing when the child has to go. So what they basically do, you see a baby's cue. So when you're feeding a baby, you eventually know like their face of when they're going to need to eat or when they're
Right.
going to pee or poop. So like, oh, babies, that's their baby's poop face. So they're gonna run them to the potty and put them on the potty and just sit there until they go, basically.
So then you're doing this until they're able to walk on their own.
Yeah,
So you're lifting them to every
it
single bowel
is.
movement.
Yeah. And like if you're in a cloth diaper, so the recommendation is a cloth diaper so that the baby still feels the sensations. Because
Right.
with disposables, it is so absorbent that usually kids don't actually feel the wetness of it.
Okay.
But when with the cloth diapers, they still do feel it.
Right.
So they get those sensations, then they'll eventually learn and maybe make more vocalizations, like they're wet or starting to pee, and then they can
Okay. So
tell
then it's
you.
like take me and hang me over the
Yeah,
toilet, please. Like, okay.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
because they don't want to be wet. But
Got it.
this method is like like a lot of work and a
Yeah.
lot of time and a lot of focus. Like you
Seems
need to be focused on your child. If you're like, I got like other stuff to do, like it's probably not what's best for you. But a lot of parents now are actually starting this method again. So I know
right.
she said it was in the 70s, but it's really coming back lately, I've noticed.
Well, I mean, like for us as kids in Poland, my older brother and I, we did have cloth diapers,
Hmm.
but because disposable diapers were not available
Okay.
at that time in a lot of Europe, Eastern Europe especially too, just because after communism, things were kind of coming back very slowly. So,
Mm.
and in Poland, it didn't end until like late in '89, I think. So,
Oh, okay.
from what my mother has told me, I was not alive. Um, but we were like basically beginning to be potty trained as soon as my mom could tell that we were like listening to the things she was saying, like responding properly or like sitting up on our own. Then it was
Yeah.
just like the opportunity to like put us on our potty.
Yep.
And my mom would like tote the potty around everywhere. So like she'd have a plastic potty like
Uh,
underneath the stroller, and we'd be like going for a walk somewhere, and we would just like drop trow in the middle of the sidewalk to like potty if we need.
She's so good. She brought a potty with you to
Yeah,
do that. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, pants down, sit in the
yeah,
grass.
yeah. She
I'll
would bring a
help you
potty, like a little plastic potty.
squat, squat in the
So
field.
yeah, yeah, we always had a potty.
That's good for her.
Yeah, and I don't know, like yeah, I guess the cloth diaper is probably what would be helpful because yeah, we would feel it'd be uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Nobody wants to like walk around with a
No,
giant cloth diaper shoved in their like tights, like, and that was also the
wet.
style
Yeah.
too. We were as kids, you just had like your tights, like both my
Hmm.
brother and I
Yeah.
would wear like the foot tights and then like a sweater,
Yes.
and that was
Yeah.
just what we were wearing. And yeah, I mean, if you were constantly wetting yourself in a cloth diaper, it's like, what
It's
fun is
not.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't feel that too
No,
good, eh?
no.
Yeah, so that method is coming back with a lot of parents,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, so they just have to rush them there, which and be
Dedication.
super dedicated. It's a lot of dedication. So props to any parents doing this method or who want to.
Yeah.
Like, good
Shout
for
out.
you. Shout out, like, good for you.
Props,
I'm
props,
I'm
props.
intrigued if anyone has any stories about that, how it's going for them,
Hmm.
or how it went successfully or not so successfully.
I'm really curious. Like, I'd love to know the cues, like how people are
Mhm.
identifying a cue from like a 1 month old, a 2 month old, a 3 month
Yeah.
old to
I think I
be
think
like
that
right on
is
that.
I think that is just more so timing. Like, so you just
Yeah.
learn your baby's bowel movements. So like, oh, after a feed, maybe an hour after or
True. Yeah.
half an hour
True.
after, you just go and you try.
Yeah.
Just a lot of trying. So you're just going to be in the bathroom a lot. So like, get a nice chair in there,
Yeah.
get
They
comfy,
should just
maybe.
be like building bigger bathrooms so you can have like a lounge chair in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could maybe, I don't know if people just use like actual like the small potties that they can just put in their living rooms.
Mm,
That could be I don't know if they do that with infants because they couldn't really sit on them too well, but same with you
yeah.
can actually buy like small infant potty seats now too.
I wonder if like
Smaller
going directly
butts.
to like the big bathroom is just
Hmm.
also just saying like, okay, once you can walk, this is
This
where
is
we
where
need
you
you to
go.
walk.
Hmm. That's what we did with Abby is we
Yeah.
just went right to like the toilet, but that's what she was interested in. So we just kind of followed her on that.
Right.
She had to be like an adult and go on the
Hmm.
toilet, not
Hmm.
on a potty. So I didn't even
Right.
waste my money on that.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom says plastic potty, but like when I think about what you just said and like money, it's like, who am I kidding? And my mom probably got us like a dollar store bucket.
I was gonna say, like your mom just has them everywhere in the stroller. It's probably just like an ice cream pail.
Yeah, she's lying. It was an ice cream pail.
You'll have to ask her to clarify.
I will. I'm sure. Like we have pictures of this like old pink potty that
Yeah.
like we used through the years. Like this was like passed on through all of us. So I think if it's that potty, then it makes sense because it is
Yeah.
just like a basic plastic potty that looks like it's
And
been on the middle of the sidewalk a few times. So
they are portable, so you can really take it anywhere.
yeah, and then
I
just
just
dump
picture
dump
you
it
in
in
a
the bush.
restaurant. Yeah, exactly. You were in the city, so I don't know
Yeah.
how much bush there was. But
Well, so that's the kind of thing she says too, is like, back then in Poland, because I asked her, oh, well, what about like when we were at the beach, for example, say I went and like pooped in the sand. And my mom is just like, well, back then, like didn't even pick up after their dog. So why would they pick up after a kid's poo? Like she's like, it was just natural. Everyone was just pooping
oh,
and it was fine. I was like, oh gosh, jeez. Like,
just bury it.
yeah, just dig a little hole. So
No.
yeah, that's how I grew up.
Natural. Oh, times have changed.
Yeah, how have they had changed?
That's great.
Hmm.
We had another write-in
Hmm.
that big fan of. Let me pull this one up.
We had some good
Where did it
stories.
go? We did have some good stories.
Mm.
Oh, this is, yeah, found it. Okay. It's not a potty training story, but a poop story.
Okay.
So I can relate to this one. My for my daughter, not myself. Well, I guess it's myself too. My oldest daughter was born in May 2016, exactly a month before her late June due date. Anyways, on Father's Day that same year, my husband went to change an easy little pee diaper. And right as he lifted our tiny baby's bum, she let out a rocket poop, which shot across our living room. Seriously, it shot like 2 feet
Oh my
and
god.
splashed all over the tower of our entertainment center. She gave my husband the gift of cleaning and disinfecting his ugly entertainment center.
Just had to throw in that the entertainment
This
center
is
was
ugly.
ugly.
Just a stab. And it's ugly.
We hate that entertainment center.
So she was probably like, yeah, that thing did deserve it.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
thought that was
thank
so
goodness.
funny.
Thank
Poo
goodness.
rockets.
You rocket pooed across the living room and destroyed your father's entertainment center.
And you can't get mad, like she's 2 months old.
Yeah. What are you gonna,
Like
but the power in that, like
2 feet.
to shoot a poo across the room,
That's a poo rocket.
like that's impressive.
That's
Ugh.
good. This reminds me of a story from, I feel bad for my daughter. I hope she never watches this when she's older. Just calling her out. But it's relatable because I'm sure there's someone else out there that this has happened to. So she was only like, I don't know, maybe like 6 months old. Like we weren't potty training at all, but we are big fans of just being running around naked.
Mhm,
My
mhm.
child is naked all the time. So she was, I
Natural.
think, yeah. So she was naked when she was like 6 months old, and I think she just had a dress on. Anyways, I got something come in the mail. I had to sign for a package. So I went outside. It was summer, so she's warm. So I'm signing for the package, holding her, whatever. And then the mail lady, she just looks at me like, "Oh, I think your daughter had a little puke." And I look, and all down her is just poo. Like just like baby
Oh,
poo, like
oh,
breast milk, baby poo,
oh
just
no.
everywhere. All down here. I'm like, yeah, just still signing for this package. Oh yeah, that's poo. Yeah, I'm like, thank you. Yeah, like still have to finish this transaction. Passing by, like, okay, like new mom. Like, what do I do with my life now?
Oh my
So yeah, I just had
gosh.
to rush her in, covered in poo, everywhere. It was great.
Oh no.
So poo, I felt that poo rocket story. That reminded me of that.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
embarrassing.
it is. There's
She didn't
what?
care. She didn't care at all, which was great. But yeah, I don't know. It was just sad.
I love that poo rocket.
I do feel bad for my daughter though. I'm telling her all her poo stories.
Well, your daughter's was more like a poo river.
It was a river.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah, baby poo is more of a river than anything because until they get eaten that solid food, then then it gets a little harder
Right.
without going into details.
So one of my mom's favorite techniques also that she shared with me was just sitting us on the potty for hours
Yep.
until we like produced. We were just sitting there the whole time. So she would tell me like we would sit there for hours with like all of our toys surrounding us. And like we're sitting in the plastic potty to the point where like the potty is like suction to our butt. And she told me that there were many times where we sat for so long that the toilet, the like potty had sucked like onto us. And we would stand up and then it would like drip out the edges,
Oh,
like a little bit of pee would drip out. We were trying to walk away, but our potty was stuck to us. Yeah. And then
I feel like you needed some breaks in between
no,
to
we would
get the
sit
other
for
stuff.
hours, for hours. Like she would, and when she was telling me the story, the way she was saying it too, it's like she's not even exaggerating. Where it's
So
like,
casual.
yeah, it was hours. Like it was a long time. So I had my horses, my brother had his cars. When my younger brother was born, so I was already like almost 8 years old, and then my older brother was almost 10. And my little brother would be potty training in the early 2000s. So he was like, had his Walkman listening to NSYNC and like Britney Spears,
We
just
were
like
doing the same thing.
jamming out with a Walkman on. But yeah, and then we were always, my mom had us trained with Smarties in Poland, but it was they're called lentilki. They're just like little lentil candies. And they're all like
Oh.
really pale, like ugly colors because that's all you could get. So you could get like a pale purple or like a pale yellow or a pale like pink. Like it was just like a few little colors. And then my mom would bribe us to like go on the potty. So we got to like pick which color we wanted.
Oh.
So it was
Do you
like,
want pale yellow or
ooh,
pale
like which
pink?
one? And then we would just get the one little candy. So yeah,
Bribing
that
does work.
seemed to
So
work.
depends. It doesn't work for everyone, but I did the same with Abby to get her to poop. But I'll tell that later,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit later in our stories. So I do have some tips
Mm-hmm.
here. Um, what were you just talking about?
The
The
treats,
candies, the
rewards.
treats, the rewards. Yeah, I'm just gonna not do tips right now. We're gonna do tips later.
All right.
We'll just go right through them. We'll get through
Sounds
the
good.
stories first.
Sounds good. I think there's only a couple left.
And I have some other methods too that we can talk about.
Okay.
So have you heard of child-led potty training?
That no.
It's basically what it sounds like. Child leads, so you just look for the signs of readiness, which like signs of readiness, like that they're interested in using the potty.
Mm-hmm.
That they are, so like they could be like playing with it, they could be acting it out with their dolls, they could be watching you be on the potty, flushing the toilets, like kind of playing more in the bathroom and stuff like
Okay.
that. Then like the physical, like they can pull their pants up and down
Mm-hmm.
or with help, like so they're interested in maybe learning how to take off they don't have to fully be able to do it themselves, but maybe they're trying.
Okay.
um Bladder control, so they can have a dry diaper for like an hour or two,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're trying to imitate adults. So you go on the potty, maybe they want to sit on the potty, or maybe while you're sitting on the toilet they're sitting beside you, stuff like that.
Right.
Or and then a desire for independence, so maybe they are trying to be independent, like my daughter who has to sit on the, the toilet and not on her potty or her potty seat. That I only spent $10 on, but still it was like, come on,
Yeah.
use the potty
I
seat.
got
And
you this
she does
tool.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
use it. But no, anyways, she does do that. Um, and then I'll talk about um what's the other one? Oh, it's adult led. So it's like the
Okay.
opposite. Oh, sorry. Let me finish child led first. So they don't use a rush. it is usually prolonged.
Mhm.
So you just follow their lead if they're interested in it. They just keep kind of going through it. If they want to go to the bathroom, you take them to the bathroom. If they're not into it that day, you don't do it. So this is usually like around when they're 2 to 3. It's usually closer to 3. So if you're
Mhm.
not in a rush, you can definitely use this method a lot more. If like you're like, whatever, I don't care if they're potty trained till they're 4, like whatever.
Right.
Um, and then a lot of parents do this because then they're not pushing their child to do something, or
Right.
if they've struggled in the past, a lot of parents will just like follow their child's lead and do what their body's telling them
Mhm.
to do. So it does sometimes take a little bit longer, but sometimes it can come really fast if the child is ready and showing all
Ready.
those
Yeah.
signs and they're ready to go. Um, so yeah, use that method if you're not in a rush to do it. But if you are in a rush, there's the 3-day potty training uh, method. That's the one I used. It was called Potty Train in a Weekend.
Oh,
And I
cool.
had great success with it with Abigail. It was,
I remember you mentioning
yeah,
that when you were doing it.
yeah, it was fun. I don't know why I enjoyed potty training. Is that weird?
What is that? What is that? 3 days. So what are you
So
doing?
3 days. So what I did to start Abby is I like bought her. No, I didn't even buy her potty seat at that time. I just sat her on the toilet, like so before bath. I would
Mhm.
just sit her on there, and if she said no or shake her head no, I wouldn't. So I
Mhm.
did kind of follow her lead, but I did start around. She was maybe like 15, 16 months when I
Okay.
started her just doing that. So she just got familiar with it. She'd play with the toilet, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then I had holidays coming up, so I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. So I
Yeah.
found this potty training method, listened to the audiobook. It was great. So I'm like, yeah, we can do this. She was super interested. Like she
Okay.
watched me pee. She was like, hey, like full out opens my legs to like see what's
Like
going on.
watching, fully
Literally,
watching.
literally watching, which is a good tip, honestly, though, because then they actually learn,
Yeah.
like,
I could see that
okay,
too.
that's what my body's supposed to do. This is
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Because I can be like, I'm peeing, but she doesn't know what that means.
No.
But if she actually sees it,
Yes.
so yeah,
Well, no, and
she's,
that makes total sense because then they learn everything by watching.
yeah,
So it's like,
everything we
you're
do.
gonna cut them out of this one, like,
Yeah, I sure didn't. And
yeah. Well, it helped. It
yeah,
obviously worked. Yeah.
yeah, she like full out would be like looking around in there, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So
How does this work?
yeah, but I think that
That's
did
good.
honestly help a lot
Hmm.
for her to understand what peeing on the toilet actually meant.
Yes.
So, anyways, so she would be sitting on there, we were practicing whatever, and then when I fully went into it, it was like naked. So she was just naked for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing else planned to do. So you cannot plan anything. Like you're not going to the grocery store, you're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The first day, so this method, like you go through certain days. You can look it up on Apple, like on any audiobook stores.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
3-day, what was it? Potty Train in a Weekend was what it was
Okay.
called. It was only an hour to listen to, and it was like $10.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really good. So it was like you go 20 minutes the first day, every 20 minutes from the morning to bedtime, you are going to the potty. So I just set a timer on my phone, and every 20 minutes we ran to the bathroom. And she would sit there, and she would only pee maybe every like 2 hours, but we were just
Okay.
going to physically remember like that was a thing we're doing. And then the second day, you go down to every like 30 minutes or so,
Mm-hmm.
and then and through this whole thing, you're like pumping them full of water. So she got so much juice.
Oh, so
She got
then she
so
was
much
gonna.
juice.
Okay. Okay.
Pee
Yeah.
a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like usually like she doesn't get a lot of juice. So like she was getting it and she was loving it. So
And
she's
then she had
just
to pee
sucking
all
back.
day.
So
Yeah.
she had to pee all day. So the more you encourage them,
Yeah.
the more fluids you give them, the more they're gonna pee, and then they get the hang of it. Like, oh,
That's
okay, this makes
cheating.
sense.
That's cheating.
Freezies. It's not freezies. She got a lot of freezies and juice.
Oh my
But
god.
it worked, right?
That
Just any
yeah.
fluids to get them through. Because milk, I guess, doesn't make them pee as fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like as water and stuff would.
Right.
So if they are still drinking milk. Anyway, so second day you go down to like 30 or 40 minutes. I don't remember the exact times.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the same thing every day. And then on day 3, we did like 30 minutes in the morning, and then in the afternoon she was in underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, she did great. Like we had accidents
Yeah. How
every
is she
now and then.
now?
She's so good. She goes to the bathroom on her own. She'll be 2 next week.
There you
So
go.
she goes to the bathroom, like she'll walk to the bathroom. She's still naked a lot, but
Yeah. I think that's just in
her.
her. Yeah.
It is.
She's just a
Her
naked
cousin was
child.
the same way.
Yeah.
They're just naked.
Genetic.
I think it is. Yeah. So no, she walks to the bathroom, or she'll say she has to pee, or she starts to pee
Mm-hmm.
and she'll stop and then go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So now she does use the potty seat. So we just use we'd never bought like the actual physical, like small potties.
Right.
But this method, I think, did say to do that, but she was too independent. So we had to go with what she would actually use. And
Right.
yeah, it worked for
That's
me. And honestly, I
awesome.
didn't want to empty a dirty potty.
Yeah. Well,
So,
luckily for my mom, she never did. We would just spill it ourselves.
oh, good. Clean it up the other way.
Oh
So
gosh.
good. Yeah, no, that method really worked for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend it, but honestly, it won't work for everyone, right? It's a
Yeah.
lot of time commitment, like for those 3 days, like you have to fully focus and be on them, and it's a lot of praise. Like no matter what, she went to the bathroom, she sat there and she tried, and I'll say, "Thank you for trying
Yeah.
to pee," and then she'd go on. But then like when she actually peed, it would be like I threw a party basically, right? And
Potty
she put like we
party.
would, yeah,
Potty
exactly. And
time.
yeah, it was potty time. We
Potty.
would sing, honestly, we would sing, "Come on, Abby, let's go potty."
Ah, ah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a good
It
one.
just it just goes with it.
It does.
Yeah. No, it was I didn't hate potty training, but maybe I lucked out.
Yeah, no, that I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know. As
It
much
was
as
good.
I like to think that it's luck, I feel like a lot of it's just gonna be how much time are you gonna,
Put into it.
dedicate. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. I think the sooner the better because it's less diapers you have to change. So,
And
you
I
know,
did
like,
read there is a window of
yeah.
opportunity. So like when the child is interested in it, in potty training, they're going to
Hmm.
be like playing with the toilet, like doing those
Right.
things, like enacting it. And
Hmm.
then if you miss that window, it might not come up for another year.
Right.
And that's when maybe people are trying, is when they're not interested and they've
Right.
missed that window. So then they're failing, right?
Right. And then that's
So
discouraging too, because it's
totally.
not working and you're like, what am I doing wrong? But it
Yeah.
really is nothing to do with you.
No. But
They're just not
and like
ready.
for parents, like if you're okay with waiting until they're a little older to potty train, like go for
Hmm.
it. I just
Yeah.
wanted to get it done. And do you know what? It wasn't even that. I just wanted to try.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just try this out and see if
Seems
it works.
interested. Let's
And
do
I
it.
was okay if I failed. So
Right.
it's not her failing. It was just the time. Like,
Yeah,
whatever, not ready
exactly.
yet. So
Exactly.
yeah, no, that was good.
Should I read? Well, how many stories do you have left there?
I have my own personal story.
Okay,
But
I'm
then
gonna read this.
we got the shower poo.
Okay, maybe I'll read the shower poo.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read the shower poo.
Read the shower poo.
Right, right. Okay, so this was sent in a text, which makes it more funny because I don't know who it is and I didn't ask and I don't care to know. It's fine.
So that's that random
Yeah.
poo
So you don't
text
need
you
to
get.
tell me who you are if you send me a
No.
story. You just text. Just fire it off, and then I won't know. So I can only imagine. When my kids were little, we would save water and take them into the shower with us. Well, my son was probably about a year and a half old, and we had started potty training him. He always seemed to want to go number two when we mentioned having a shower or taking a bath. We got into the habit of setting him on the potty while one of us was in the shower. One day, my husband was taking a shower and my son climbed in with him. My husband was holding him up under the shower head to rinse soap off of him, and my son pushed out a couple of logs that fell and hit my husband's feet. He was so grossed out and yelled, "Holy bleep. I was so scared and I ran in and found my husband standing there soaking wet, our son dangling in front of him. We no longer share showers to save water, and I don't feel too guilty about it.
Just Lion King is what I'm now.
I think the best part of that story is just that the poo fell perfectly onto someone's
His
newly
feet.
showered feet. Like,
Oh,
how frustrating. I just finished scrubbing, just rinsed my loofah probably. It's like, no, here, start
no.
over, take the
Yeah.
kid, I'm done.
And what do? Like, you literally just have to hold them like this? Like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Help
Where
me.
do you put them down into the shower? Like you can't
No,
like lay them in a sink. Like what do you do? So
no.
a year and a
You
half,
yell
like
for help.
he's pretty mobile. So if you let him
Yeah.
go, he's just gonna wander off into the
Leave.
distance. So
Yeah.
just better hold him there. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Shower
So
poo,
thank you for
rock.
that shower poo, whoever you are.
Yeah, that
That's
was good.
a good one.
I did enjoy that too. Do you want to do some potty tips?
Sure.
And yeah, I have one more story from myself that
Okay, give me some
I
potty
think
tips, and
is hilarious.
we'll end on your story.
Okay, it's a good one. You haven't even heard it yet.
No, I know.
Okay, so you look for the window. I think we were already talking about that of
Yeah.
the of opportunity. Let them watch you fully, like
Mhm.
full out watch. Let them watch you poop, if that, or look at what's after. um, so tip that you might not know. I read
Okay.
during when I was learning about body training.
Okay.
So when they're learning to poop,
Yes.
um, they may think that they're losing a limb, like another limb, like an arm,
The
like
poop is
something.
their limb?
Yeah. So they don't know about their body yet. So they think like when they're pooping that they
Oh,
could be
that's
losing
very sad.
a limb.
That's very sad.
That's why a lot of kids like just internally cannot go poop on the potty, and that's why it takes a long
Oh.
time for kids to go poop. Like it
See,
took Abby, like she
yeah,
didn't poop right away on the potty, and it took us a while, and we used stickers to help motivate her.
that would also explain why they pull their poops out of the toilet.
Yes, my arm.
My arm, my third arm that I never
But
had.
I have never heard that, and when I was researching, because I'm like, how do I get her to poop on the potty?
Yeah.
That is like a thing,
Wow.
right? So, fun fact. Be consistent and make it fun. Consistency is definitely key. If you have shared custody, they go to grandma's, if they go to the sitters, if they go to
Mhm.
daycare, let all those people know what you're doing, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, why you're doing it. Without consistency, there's just going to be a lot of back and forth and regressions, I guess, throughout. Be positive
Mhm.
and praise often, make it fun. I think I just said that, but definitely make it fun. Like you want them to be happy to go to the potty, not like that it's like the worst thing in the world. Say potty words often. So when you're going to the potty, oh, let's go to the bathroom, to go on the potty, to go pee, talk about it, read books about it, sing songs. There's lots of YouTube videos
Mhm.
now. Daniel Tiger, if big fan of his potty episode, we watched that one. He goes on the potty. Um, just so you know, if you ever want to watch it, Allie.
I remember all those like Bearstein Bears books where they always
Yeah,
had like a potty version of each.
there is.
Yeah. Like there's like
Yes.
Franklin goes on the potty, Bearstein
Hmm.
Bears go on the potty. It's like
Yeah.
everyone's going on the potty, so pick
Yeah.
your
So
character.
yeah, if you have a favorite,
Yeah, everyone
yeah,
go.
go with that. Yeah. Exactly. Everyone goes to the bathroom. It's
Everyone.
normal.
Yes.
So practice often. And don't force it. So just keep going with it.
Mhm.
Encourage them, but if they say no, just kind of go with that. Like, nope, I don't want to try today.
So,
Um,
yeah, go on.
Sorry, accidents will happen. I got a list. I'll tell you when I'm done, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got a list here. Accidents will happen, so get a lot of paper towel and a
Mm.
mop. Let them pick out their own new undies. That's a fun one for them to do.
Oh, that
It's
would be
harder
nice. Yeah.
now going to the store, but maybe even when they're putting them on that day, let them pick out which ones they want to wear. Be naked. I say that often because it definitely works because then they get to learn their body.
Hmm.
Um, you knew this one, Cheerios for boys
Oh yeah.
for aiming.
The aim game.
The aim game. Make
I
it
like
strong.
the use of Fruit Loops
Make
because
it fun.
and the colors. So then you can
Yeah.
give like a goal where it's like, ooh, aim
Mm.
for the purple one, or like aim
Ah.
for the green one. Because
And then they learn their colors too.
see, it's a 2-in-1.
Yeah. And then there's also soap to make bubbles. And like with the colors, you can get like blue dye.
Hmm.
And when they pee, it can change colors.
Ooh. So
So
you
like
put
food
blue in the
coloring.
water and then they pee
Yeah.
and it's green now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
Yeah,
can
I like
learn.
that.
That's science.
Unless they're super hydrated and their pee comes out clear,
Yeah,
and then it's
which we
like,
hope. Which we hope
well,
that.
well, we just ruined the science experiment. You're too
That
clean.
you are very hydrated.
Yeah,
Um, that's it.
that's it. I
Yep.
have a little psychology tidbit.
Ooh,
Um,
I'm
so
intrigued.
yes, so I don't know if you've heard of the psychoanalytic theory. It's a Freudian theory.
Mm,
But he's got
teach me.
stages. Yeah, he's got stages of development, and I won't go through the
Mm-hmm.
other ones. But something that's super interesting is that there is an anal stage. It's called in a
Can you
child's.
say that again?
It's the anal
Okay.
stage.
Okay.
Um,
That's what I thought you
for
said.
yeah, for a child's development, and it's related to basically expelling. So
Mm,
in a child's life, typically like the second or third year, they become very interested in expelling, and that like motion of pooping under Freud's theory is also related to like self-control, and
mm,
cleanliness, which is something that
mm-hmm.
kids that age start to like appreciate as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's how they relate it, like through that theory. It's just like
Mm,
they start whenever they become interested in like their bowel movements, basically is also like their psychological readiness, because it has a lot to do with their self-control and being able to control when they go to the
mm-hmm.
bathroom and then decide that they're going to go on the potty, which would be associated with how clean they are, because if they poop in their diaper, it's not clean.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also, there's a lot of kids that have that like, I don't even know how you would describe this, but they go to the bathroom and they're like super grossed out at the, like they need you to wipe them instantly. Like it's like,
Like
I
the
don't know.
sensations
Yeah, like the
or
sensations where
like
it's like,
a
ooh, like I need
sensory.
to be wiped. And so, but it has a lot to do with that stage of life. So
Okay.
that second and third year are like the prime time in their development for that. So
Oh,
yeah.
very cool. And
Hmm.
that kind of does relate to the like the control aspect of it, because a lot
Hmm.
of parents will find like, oh well, they're not going, or like when they're regressing, like they're
Hmm.
holding it for me because
Hmm.
like they are in control. A lot
Hmm.
of their life they're not in control
Yep.
of, and that's something that they can control.
Yeah. And they're becoming in control and they realize
Hmm.
that. So
Yeah, like this is something I can control and this is
exactly.
how I'm going to do it. So
Exactly.
very cool.
Hmm. What's your
All right.
story?
Should we end on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get ready.
All right.
All right. So I think we were potty training. It must have been because it's hard to tell because she's always naked. So, anyway, she was naked one day.
Hmm.
We were potty training. Yeah. So she had to go to the bathroom. Let me set the scene actually.
Okay, set the scene.
It's like
Give
a
us the
nice,
mood. Give us the
nice,
mood.
nice. It was like a really warm summer day.
Okay.
It's like a Sunday. Me and Abby are just hanging out, relaxing in the house. Brandon was playing his games. Like he was like full headset, like
Hmm.
playing COD. Like he's into it, whatever. We're doing our thing. So I like look over and Abby's like standing there, like in the kitchen,
Hmm.
and just like, oh, and like I'm like, do you have to poop? She's and I'm like, so I like swooped her up and I'm like football holding her, and she's so I'm starting to run to the bathroom down the hall, and she's just pooping as we run. I'm running as fast as I can, but the poop is just flying out. So I'm running down the hall. I get down there, and then and I sit her on the potty. And I'm like, oh my God, I have 2 dogs.
Oh
So I'm like,
no. Oh no.
help, help. Brandon's full games headset on, doesn't hear a thing. I'm like, help me, I need help. So I have to finish cleaning her up, and I go out. I'm like, oh my God, like running out.
Yeah.
I'm like, look for the poop. It's gone.
No.
My dogs, they ate that poop.
They cleaned it up.
It was so gross, Allie.
I'd be
It
like
was,
not
and then
kissing my dogs for weeks.
no, they went outside for the remainder of the day. I'm like, here's so much water, drink it. I
Do you
go
know,
in
the
with Brandon. I'm like,
yeah.
did you not hear me calling for help? Like, I needed help. He's like, no, what happened?
Wow. That would have been like instant salt. Like, when your dogs get into something, you can pour salt in their mouth.
No.
Yes, it'll make them throw up instantly. So, and this is just a trick, super off topic of potty, but if your dog ever gets into something that they shouldn't have eaten at all, like if they have like a severe allergy to something, or they ate like, something just disgusting that you don't want them to eat and you need them to throw it up, like that, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
You just take like a tablespoon, depending on the size of your dog, like you should keep up how much, but I have a lab that's like 70 pounds, so I give her just like almost a full tablespoon of salt, and then instantly she's outside like puking. So, yeah, so I've done it before when she's like gotten into things. And
I don't know if I would have wanted to throw up or clean up that puke disaster, though.
I guess, but if you let them do it outside, you could like hose it away maybe, or
That's
something.
true.
Yeah,
that's true. I didn't have a brain in the moment, and I was just hoping for help.
Yeah,
and
you didn't get
panic
any help.
set in.
There was no support. There was no support there.
No. Games.
On that note.
Yeah.
Do you have any wrap up information?
Yeah. What's next week?
Oh,
what are they in for next Monday?
Well, for next Monday, you will be getting to listen to our Christmas special. That'll be on December 21st. So we aren't really taking too many submissions for that, but if you'll be seeing it on our social media, what we're looking for. But if you have something you want to share that's Christmas related, please do.
I love funny stories.
Yeah. And I mean, anything Christmas is fun. So
even happy, cheerful stories. We need that.
Mm-hmm. We need that. Mm-hmm. So again, if you would like to submit something, a story, like always, you can reach us on Instagram at Edson Parent Cafe. You can go on our Community Services Facebook. You can message us there. You can email us at edsonparentcafe@gmail.com. And you can send a text to 517-7055. And that'll come to me directly. And you don't have to tell me who you are.
Which is sometimes more fun.
It's, way more fun that way. So that's how you can reach us. And I think that would be it. I guess. Oh yeah. And obviously you can listen to us on YouTube, and also now on Spotify, Anchor, and Pocket Casts. So you can download our episodes now.
So fun. Yay. I'm going to go try it. I haven't even got to try those yet. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Listen to my own voice.
Until next time.
See you later.
Make sure you go in the potty.
It's potty time.
It's potty time. It's always potty time.
It is.